Lust is one of the most deceptive traps ever designed to weaken those with a divine mission. It isn't just about physical cravings. It's a force that depletes energy, clouds discernment, and leads people astray. If you are walking a path of purpose, you need clarity, inner strength, and unwavering discipline. But the world understands that one of the quickest ways to drain the power of a divine soul is through lust. This is why it is constantly glorified, encouraged, and embedded into every aspect of modern life. Before we delve into this message, take a moment to subscribe to this channel and join a movement of awakening. If this message has reached you at just the right time, type 1111 in the comments. This sacred number represents divine order, and by typing it, you affirm your connection to a higher calling. Now let's delve into the hidden dangers of lust and why those on a spiritual journey must guard their energy at all costs. One of the most dangerous effects of lust is how it siphons your spiritual vitality. Every time you entertain lustful thoughts or actions, you lose a portion of your divine essence. Many ancient teachings, from Eastern philosophies to mystical traditions, emphasize that sexual energy is a sacred force. When preserved, it elevates the soul. When wasted, it weakens the spirit. Have you ever noticed how empty you feel after giving in to lust? That's because it's not just a fleeting experience. It creates a pattern of depletion. Great minds like Nikola Tesla spoke of how celibacy sharpened their intellect and focus. Monks, sages, and warriors of old understood that controlling desires leads to inner strength and spiritual enlightenment. If you are on a divine mission, you cannot afford to be spiritually drained. When lust dominates your thoughts, your ability to think critically and make sound decisions diminishes. Many powerful individuals throughout history did not fall because of an external enemy, but because they could not control their desires. Look at the story of Samson, whose incredible strength was legendary, until he revealed his secret to Delilah. His downfall wasn't due to physical weakness, but a single moment of temptation. Lust is a subtle enemy. It doesn't attack head-on, but rather seduces, distracts, and distorts perception. When the mind is fogged by desire, wisdom fades. But when you conquer temptation, your mental sharpness returns, and you can move with purpose. Lust doesn't just affect the body. It ties your soul to people and situations that were never meant for you. Have you ever felt an unexplainable connection to someone who ultimately drained your energy? That is because lust creates spiritual attachments, binding you to relationships that hinder rather than uplift. Lust often disguises itself as love, but it is a counterfeit version of true connection. In Greek mythology, Eros, the god of passionate love, was seen as both a blessing and a curse. Love that is guided by wisdom strengthens the soul, but desire without discipline leads to entrapment. If you want freedom, you must sever ties with anything that keeps you spiritually stagnant. Those with a higher calling have a mission, but lust is one of the greatest obstacles to fulfilling it. Have you ever noticed how your focus shatters after indulging in lust? Your mind becomes scattered, your drive weakens, and you feel disconnected from your goals. This isn't by chance. The easiest way to derail someone is not through outright destruction, but through constant distractions. Every moment spent chasing temporary pleasure is a moment stolen from your true purpose. Some of the greatest spiritual figures, Buddha, Jesus, and Marcus Aurelius, understood that self-mastery was the key to unlocking wisdom. The real battle is not external. It's the fight against impulses that seek to control you. When you give in to lust, you step outside the protective covering of divine guidance. This opens the door to misfortune, negative influences, and spiritual attacks. Many people notice that after falling into temptation, they experience confusion, obstacles, or an unexplained shift in energy. Sacred texts across different traditions emphasize the power of purity. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks of the disciplined warrior, one who controls his desires and remains in alignment with the divine. The good news is that self-discipline restores protection. The moment you take control of your urges, you realign yourself with the blessings meant for you. Lust is deceptive. It promises pleasure but often delivers regret. Those on a spiritual path have a heightened sense of awareness, which means they feel the weight of their choices more deeply than others. Why does society want you trapped in cycles of indulgence and guilt? Because a person who is constantly regretting their past lacks the power to shape their future. Guilt is a heavy chain that keeps you looking backward instead of forward. But here's the truth: your mistakes do not define you. What matters is your ability to rise, learn, and move forward with renewed strength. If you are walking a spiritual path, your thoughts and energy shape your reality. However, when your mind is consumed by lust, your ability to manifest weakens. The law of attraction states that what you focus on expands. If your thoughts are dominated by fleeting desires, you cannot attract lasting success. Lust hijacks the mind, leaving no room for deep thinking, creativity, or spiritual insight. This is why sages, monks, and warriors practice self-restraint. They knew that mastering their desires unlocked a higher level of existence. The more control you gain over your impulses, the greater your power to shape your destiny. When lust controls your actions, you become vulnerable to lower vibrational forces. Have you ever acted on impulse and later felt as if you weren't yourself? That's because lust isn't just physical, it's a spiritual force that can lead you into darkness. Many great leaders have fallen, families have been broken, and entire civilizations have suffered because of uncontrolled desire. The only way to stay free is to shut the door to anything that seeks to manipulate you. When you reclaim control over your desires, you become untouchable. No temptation, no distraction, no illusion can overpower you. Now that you understand the hidden dangers of lust, what will you do? Will you allow it to control your life, or will you rise above it? Spiritual warriors must protect their mind, body, and soul. The moment you break free, you take back your divine power. The real battle isn't happening in the world around you. It is happening within. The stronger you become, the closer you get to fulfilling your destiny. It's time to awaken. Repeat this prayer with me. Dear God, I come before you seeking strength, wisdom, and discipline. You have called me for a divine purpose, and I refuse to be led astray by temporary desires. Help me recognize the traps set before me, and grant me the power to overcome them. Purify my thoughts, O Lord. Let my mind be filled with your truth, and my heart be steadfast in righteousness. Remove all attachments that weaken my spirit, and separate me from my highest calling. Lord, I ask for divine protection against distractions that seek to derail my journey. Let my soul be anchored in wisdom, and my spirit guarded by your divine light. When temptation arises, grant me the clarity to see beyond the moment and the strength to walk away. Fill me with purpose, Lord. Let my energy be directed toward growth, enlightenment, and the fulfillment of my divine mission. May I find joy in discipline, peace in self-mastery, and strength in your presence. I release all guilt, shame, and past mistakes into your hands. I am renewed. I am strong. I am walking in alignment with my highest self. Thank you for guiding me, protecting me, and empowering me. Amen.